If your actions inspire people to dream more, learn more, do more, and be more, then you are a leader. A true leader has the guts to talk straight into the eyes of the people when it comes to truth, and he is humble enough to listen to the truth from anybody, from anyone in the team, irrespective of their positions and their designations and their work experience. Efficient leaders engage people with mind. Effective leaders engage people with heart. And the great leaders engage people with soul. So the great leaders are the embodiment of truth. They know the truth, they show the truth, and they walk the truth. They don't create a team of psychophants, but they co-create the team to be more cohesive, more collaborative, more courageous, and thus a very, very charismatic champion team. There is enough literature, plethora of books when it comes to leadership, and many workshops, and a lot of stuff floating on net. You ask any chatbot, and you will come to know about what leadership is. The point is not about knowing, the point is about execution. It's about leading by example. I keep saying that, leadership is not about I am powered, but to empower people. And leader is not a person who has a very big size, supersized cabin or some big fancy titles or something, or big list of followers. Maybe mostly not the followers, but the sycophants. That's not a leader. I believe a leader is a person who simply leads by an inspiring example, not for the short-term achievement, but for the very long-term strategic achievement for the team, for the organization, for the department, and by and large for the community and the nation. That's what leader is. So I believe what could be the barrier when it comes to being a great leader. So I just jotted a few points, starting with P, and I feel the first is personal interest or personal insecurity. Whenever people get at a certain position, their heads get bloated with ego, and I recall my words that जब तक मैं है तब तक भय है, और जब तक अहम है तब तक वहम. Right. So I feel this personal interest. The moment you get into a certain position, it could be politics, or it could be even corporate, or maybe any sector for that matter. You are at a certain position, you have been assigned certain responsibility, and it says, with great power comes great responsibility. But most of us, we get corrupt. We start using that position, we start using that power for the personal interest. Maybe we get into certain partiality and create the sycophants, and we even try to exploit the people. For example, maybe the sexual harassment at workplace. And recently, just 2 days ago, I was going through one of the very renowned YouTubers' coverage on why the affairs, the so-called affairs, are on the rise when it comes to the workplace. Yeah. So next P is pride. So this excessive pride can become a barrier. And many times, you don't encourage people to give them the feedback, and you think you are the only one who has the right to give the feedback to the people without understanding the situation, and many times you land up insulting them. A true leader will invite people for the constructive criticism, and also will allow people to allow people to refute you, because if you are not having that courage to see the truth and your own mistakes, then you can't evolve, because we are human. Be it leader, we all make mistakes. So seen leaders who get into pretense, they are not authentic. What they talk, we can make out that they are just they are just fake. Paralysis analysis. Some people are very poor in communication. I believe that communication plays the most important role when it comes to leadership. When you're heading certain department, very timely and very human communication is very, very important. Then and there you need to acknowledge what the team is expecting from you, and nowadays you are on WhatsApp. You're not even mails, but you are on WhatsApp. It's there in your hand. So you have to just press the thumbs button, certain emojis to encourage people and tell them yes, you have acknowledged their message. And so leader is basically, who encourages a culture of being all inclusive. The more all inclusive we become, the more progressive we become. Yes. Another thing which comes to my mind is pressure mismanagement. There are people I have seen, they are not able to handle the pressure. They're not able to handle the pressure. And if they get some kind of little, pressure from above, then they populate down the amplified version of that pressure. In fact, on contrary, I believe that leader should be a fantastic shock absorber when it comes to pressure, and should percolate down, should spread only the encouraging vibes, the good vibes. So leadership is an opportunity. Leadership is great power, and with great power comes great responsibility. So positions definitely have certain authority, and we need to make the best use, the most wisest possible use of the authority, because once you are not in that position, people they don't remember you, and you lose all that kind of authority and the so-called power attached to it, and the so-called authority attached to that power. Once that position is taken away from you, what people remember is how you were able to humanize your power, your position when you were in your tenure, during your reign, and you enable people for great peace, great prosperity, great health, great happiness, great harmony for the people and the department, the organization, and by and large, the nation, the world. So let's make this place a better place.